Hi friends, welcome to Annamaya IAS Academy. Today in this particular short video, we will try to discuss about the doctrine of separation of powers. This is one doctrine on which questions have come in the UPSC mains exam in GS paper 2, PSIR, PubAd and law optional. See, the doctrine or the theory of separation of powers was given by a French political philosopher by name Montesquieu well before the French Revolution in his book The Spirit of Laws in 1748. The theory of separation of powers says that the powers of the government must be distributed among the three branches of the government, which he called executive, legislature and judiciary. Legislature does lawmaking, executive does law implementation, judiciary does law interpretation. So this theory says the essential functions of one organ cannot be taken over by the other organs, and this is necessary to prevent concentration of power and thereby protecting the rights and liberties of the people. To give an example, in Bihar, the state was ruled through ordinances for more than 1.5 decades. This matter went before the Supreme Court in a case called DC Wadhwa versus State of Bihar. In this case, the Supreme Court said the power to issue an ordinance by the governor when the state legislature is not in session is a legislative power. This power can be used only when the legislature is not in session. If this power is routinely used to bypass the state legislature, then the Supreme Court said that it is a fraud on the Indian Constitution. So this is an example where in the state of Bihar, through ordinances, the essential function of the legislature was taken over by the governor on the advice of the state cabinet or the state council of ministers. So the theory of separation of powers or the doctrine of separation of powers says the essential functions of one organ cannot be taken over by the other organ. If that happens, it will undermine the balance of power between the three organs of the government, and it will pose a threat to the democracy in the long run. So that's it about the theory of separation of powers or the doctrine of separation of powers. Thank you.